A supercomputer was just outperformed by a creature with a brain the size of a grass seed. The Traveling Salesman Problem. One of computer science's most famous challenges. Find the shortest possible route visiting every location exactly once and returning to the start. As the number of locations grows, the possible solutions explode into the billions. A supercomputer requires hours of brute force calculation. Honeybees solve it instantly. Every single day, as they navigate between erratic floral clusters spanning miles of terrain. This is not instinct. This is multivariable calculus performed in real time by a brain weighing less than half a milligram. And it is rewriting everything we know about biological intelligence. But before we understand how bees navigate, we must understand how they build. The honeycomb is one of the most mathematically perfect structures in the natural world. The honeycomb conjecture stumped mathematicians for over 2,000 years. Why do bees use the hexagon? A circle would waste space. A triangle would waste material. A square is inefficient at the corners. The hexagon is the only shape that perfectly tessellates while minimizing perimeter for maximum area. It is the most material-efficient shape in all of geometry. Thomas Hales proved this in 1999 using computational geometry. Bees had already been using the proof for 50 million years. Every single cell is a perfect hexagon measuring exactly 5.4 millimeters across. The angle between each wall is precisely 120 degrees. Bees achieve this tolerance to within less than 2%. That surpasses most human construction techniques. They do this in total darkness, hanging upside down, using only the wax secreted from their own bodies. It would be remarkable enough if every cell were identical. They are not. Bees adjust cell size based on whether the occupant will be a worker, a drone, or a queen. They dynamically compute the optimal geometry for each individual cell. This is not a fixed template. This is real-time mathematical optimization. Now consider the scale. A typical hive contains over 50,000 bees and 100,000 cells. Every single one precisely angled, perfectly sized, optimally positioned. Now the real challenge begins. Finding food. Flowers are not arranged in neat grids. They are scattered across the landscape in unpredictable clusters. A single bee visits over 5,000 flowers per day. It must decide the optimal sequence. Which flower first? Which route minimizes energy expenditure? This is precisely the traveling salesman problem. NP hard. Exponentially complex. In computational terms, finding the perfect path through just 20 locations involves over a quadrillion possible routes. Honeybees solved this with a brain containing fewer than 1 million neurons. For comparison, the human brain has 86 billion neurons. The bee's brain is 99.999% smaller. Yet it achieves near-optimal solutions instantly. Recent research published in the Journal of the Royal Society Interface mapped how bees encode spatial information. They use a neural shortcut called vector averaging, creating mental maps of floral clusters. This allows them to compute optimal routes without enumerating every possibility. It is approximate reasoning, not brute force. And it is remarkably effective. Researchers have observed bees consistently choosing paths that match the optimal solution within 2%. A supercomputer using exact algorithms requires hours to find the perfect path. The bee finds a near-perfect path in milliseconds. They do this while accounting for variable wind conditions, changing light levels, and the position of the sun. All while carrying a payload of nectar that can exceed their own body weight. They also communicate this information to their hive mates using the Waggle dance. A dance performed in total darkness on a vertical comb that encodes distance, direction, and quality of the food source. The angle of the dance relative to gravity encodes the angle of the food source relative to the sun. The duration of the waggle encodes distance. This is a symbolic language. Abstract representation of spatial data. No other insect communicates with such precision and abstraction. The implications of this research extend far beyond the hive. Computer scientists are now studying honeybee neural architecture to design more efficient algorithms. Honeybee-inspired optimization algorithms are being used to solve complex logistics problems. Delivery route optimization, supply chain management, network routing. The same principles that allow a bee to find flowers are now helping delivery companies save millions of dollars. In engineering, the honeycomb structure has inspired everything from aircraft wings to satellite panels. Hexagonal tiling is now used in aerospace materials for its strength-to-weight ratio. The 87% space utilization of the honeycomb is the theoretical maximum. Every architecture student learns this. Bees invented it. In robotics, swarms of tiny bee-inspired drones are being developed for search and rescue. These drones use the same neural shortcuts to navigate collapsed buildings and dense forests. The traveling salesman problem is being rethought because of a grass seed-sized brain. Humans have spent millennia developing mathematics, geometry, optimization theory. We built supercomputers and spent decades trying to solve problems that bees handle before breakfast. The hexagon, the optimal path, the distributed intelligence of a colony. These are not simple instincts. They are mathematical operations. Nature does not calculate on paper. Nature calculates in wax, in flight, in the collective decisions of 50,000 individuals working as one. The bee is not just an insect. It is a living proof that intelligence does not require size. It does not require a neocortex. It does not require language as we know it. The most efficient mathematics